this video, the topic is curve tracing. I consider some problems on how to trace the curve when the equation is given in Cartesian form. In the last video, I explained procedure for tracing the curves when the equation is given in Cartesian form. Curve tracing Cartesian form. Because equation may be given in Cartesian, parametric or polar form for three separate forms of the equation: Cartesian, parametric and polar. There are the procedure is different. In Cartesian form, there are 5 steps. First one is symmetry. Second is you have to find whether the origin curve pass through the origin, and if curve pass through origin, then nature of that origin, whether it is a multiple point. If it is a multiple point, whether it is a node or cusp, you have to find out. That gives idea about for tracing the curve. Third one is intersection of the curve with the axis. Second is origin. First one is symmetry. You go through that one video. I explained how to find the symmetry when the curve is symmetric about x-axis, y-axis, or opposite quadrants, or about the line y is equal to x. 4 things are there. And whether the curve lies pass through origin, intersection with axis. Fourth one is asymptote. You have to find out asymptote. We find out only asymptotes parallel to coordinate axis. Fifth one, reason where the curve lies or do not lies. You have to find out. And sometimes for the curve we find out the special points also. Special points. But usually from these 5 things you can trace the curve given in Cartesian form. See, the curves are important. Standard curves, you should know the shape of the standard curve. As already I explained, standard curve means parabola. If y square is 4x, without using this procedure, you can easily draw that one because you know the shape of that curve. Or ellipse. If ellipse is given, you can easily draw the ellipse. Ellipse, there are 2 types. One is major along x-axis, major axis along x-axis. Second is major axis along y-axis. Only 2 types are there. In parabola, there are 4 types are there. You can easily draw. Now, for application of that definite integrals, you should know some more standard curves. More standard curves. Yes. Problem I take one by one. Different types of problem. First is trace the curve. Trace the curve. Y square into 2a minus x is x cube. It is called cissoid, a standard curve that you will come across very often, and it is called cissoid. And I follow the following procedure. First one is about this one curve. First we observe or we find out the following things, 5 things: symmetry, origin, tangent, asymptote, and reason. Then with the help of that we can easily draw the curves. First one, symmetry. See here, the y occurs in only even degree, but x occurs in odd degree. Odd degree. Since y is only in even degree, curve is symmetric about. It is standard curve, cissoid. Given curve is symmetric about, I take this as 1, is symmetric about x-axis because y is even degree. Second, origin. Find out whether the curve pass through origin. When do you say that curve pass through origin, or when origin lies on the curve? If 0, 0 satisfies the equation, then the origin lies on the curve. 0, 0, you can easily verify. Substitute x is 0, y is 0. Equation is satisfied. 0, 0 satisfies 1. Therefore, origin lies on 1. Curve pass through origin. Now if the curve pass through origin, then we have to find out the nature of the origin. For that we require tangents. Tangent at the origin. Tangents or tangent at the origin. How do you find the tangent? Tangent at origin is obtained by equating lowest degree term in the equation to 0. Remember, tangent is obtained by equating lowest degree term of the equation to 0. What is the lowest degree term? See, if you multiply y square into 2a, one term, y square into x, another term, x cube. But x into y square is third degree term, x cube is third degree term. But y square into 2a is lowest degree term. So tangents at the origin are obtained by equating the lowest degree term to 0. What is the lowest degree term? 2a into y square is 0. Therefore y square is 0. So y is 0, 0. Therefore there are two tangents at the origin. Y is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Two tangents, but they are coincident. There are two tangents which are coincident. Coincident tangents, that is y-axis. Y-axis is a tangent. What is the tangent? X-axis. Y is 0 means x-axis is a tangent. Two tangents, but they are coincident because we have y is 0, y is 0. By equating lowest degree term to 0, we have two equations. What is that? Y is 0. They are coincident. Therefore, x-axis is a tangent at the origin. So, origin is a cusp. Origin is a cusp. I explained the different nature of the double points. Double point may be cusp or a node. Cusp, when a double point is a cusp, it is called a cusp. If the tangents are coincident, if separate two tangents are there, then that double point is called a node. But origin is a cusp here. This is the third one. And third is intersection. Intersection with the axis, coordinate axis. Say first one symmetry, it is symmetric about x-axis. Second, curve pass through origin. Third one tangent, that is at the origin there are two tangents but they are coincident. Therefore, origin is a cusp. Intersection with the axis means you have to find out point of intersection of the axis and the curve. How to find out that one? First we substitute y is 0 in 1. If you take y is 0 in 1, left hand side 0, x is 0. We get x is 0. Therefore 0, 0 is a point on the curve. 0, 0 lies on 1. That means one point of intersection is origin. Second, we substitute y is 0. Y is 0 gives again x is 0. Therefore 0, 0 is only the point of intersection of the curve and coordinate axis. 0, 0 is the only point of intersection. Fourth one, asymptotes. Asymptotes. How to find asymptotes? By equating the linear coefficient of highest degree term in x and highest degree term in y. If they are not constants, you have to equate the coefficient of highest degree term in x and y to 0, then we get parallel asymptotes. Now what is the highest degree term in x? X cube, and its coefficient is 1, constant. So there is no asymptote parallel to x axis. Parallel to x axis. But what is the highest degree term in y? Y square. The coefficient of y square is 2a minus x. Asymptotes are, or asymptote is 2a minus x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2a is the asymptote. Say this one problem you understand clearly, because all the problems are then same. I explain one or two problems, remaining you have to do your own, you have to work out. And objective questions can also be asked from this topic. How they are asked? What is the shape of this curve? You should know some standard curve. What is the shape of this curve? It is a cissoid. I explain what is the shape of that. Then what is a cusp? What is a node? What is a double point? What is a multiple point? What is point of inflection? They can be objective questions. Now, what is the asymptote? How do you find out? By equating the linear coefficients of highest degree term in x to 0, highest degree term to y to 0, we will get the asymptote. But see, in this equation, highest degree term in x is x cube and the coefficient is constant, therefore there is no asymptote parallel to x axis. But highest degree term in y is y square, its coefficient is 2a minus x. Equate this to 0, you will get asymptote parallel to y axis. What is the asymptote parallel to y axis? X is equal to 2a. Asymptotes plays an important role while tracing the curve, because asymptote means it is a boundary. Curve doesn't crosses that line. X is equal to 2a is the boundary. The curve doesn't crosses that one. Because what is asymptote? Asymptote is a tangent at infinity, but do not lie altogether at infinity. It is a real line. It lies in the it is real and it lies in the finite plane, but it is touches the curve at infinity. Now reason, how to find out reason? For that we have to solve the equation. Y is plus or minus root of x cube upon 2a minus x. 2a minus x. This is the value of y. Therefore, see, when x is negative, y becomes imaginary. X is negative, y becomes imaginary means, if x negative means, if x lies to the left of y axis, y doesn't exist. It becomes imaginary. Therefore, the curve lies entirely to the right of y axis. To the right of y axis. And no part of the curve lies to the left of y axis. That is the meaning. When x is negative, y becomes imaginary means for negative values of x, y is not defined. And one more thing is, when x is greater than 2a or greater than or equal to 2a, y becomes infinity. Y becomes infinity, because when x is 2a, y becomes infinity. Equal to 2a, y becomes infinity. But when x is greater than 2a, y again not defined. Y doesn't exist. So the curve lies entirely within the region y is 0 and x is 0, x is 2a. Now using this, we can easily draw the curve now. First thing is, I take the coordinate axis now. And the curve is symmetric about x axis. Above the x axis, below the x axis, shape of the curve is same. That is the meaning. Now I take x is equal to 2a. This is the line. Why this is the line? Because it is the asymptote. Curve doesn't crosses this line. And curve lies to the right of y axis. Say, curve lies only in this region. X is 0, x is 2a. Only in this region curve lies. That is the important thing. Reason. Next, origin is a cusp. What do you mean by cusp? See, cusp means, see, the cusp is like this. Because there passes two branches of the curve, but the two tangents to the two branches are coincident. Therefore, Same. And one more thing is, when x increases, y also increases indefinitely. See here, x increases. Because x cube is there, y also increases. X tends to infinity, y also tends to, no, x doesn't tend to infinity here. X increases, y also increases. How it increases? X increases, y value increases. But when x becomes 2a, increases means beyond this 2a doesn't exist. Y doesn't exist. Curve doesn't lies. When x is 2a, y becomes infinity. So when x increases, these are the values of y increases and it becomes infinity. When 2a, y becomes infinitely large. It extends to infinity. Now since curve is symmetric about x axis, this is the shape of the curve. And this is called cissoid. This is the shape of the curve. I think you followed the procedure. First you have to write the observations here. What you observe from the given curve about asymptotes or region or tangents, point of intersection. Using that you can easily draw the curve. Second is trace the curve. Second problem. Ay square is x into x minus a whole square. Trace the curve. Question will be trace the curve. Ay square is x into x minus a whole square. I take this as 1. First thing is symmetry. Symmetry. Can you find out whether it is symmetric about x axis, y axis, or in opposite quadrant, or any line, not any line, y is equal to x. How to find out? See the equation here. X is not even degree. It is odd as well as even. But y occurs in only even degree, only one term. Therefore it is, since y is only occurs in even degree, symmetric about x axis. It is symmetric about x axis. First one. Second, origin. It passes through origin because 0, 0 lies on 1. Why 0, 0 lies on 1? Take x is 0, y is 0. Equation is satisfied. Therefore 0, 0 lies on this. And nature of origin, you have to find out whether it is a multiple point. If it is a double point, whether it is node or cusp, that you have to find out. For that, how to find the tangent at the origin? Tangent at the origin is obtained by equating the lowest degree term to 0. For that, what is the lowest degree term here? That we have to find out. Equation I simplify like this. Ay square is x into x square minus 2ax plus a square. Therefore, lowest degree term is, say I write ay square is x cube minus 2ax square plus a square x. A square x. What is the lowest degree term here? Lowest degree term is this. There is no constant term. That is why it passes through origin. And the lowest degree term is a square x. So, tangents at the origin is given by equating lowest degree term to 0. That is a square x is 0, x is 0. Therefore, y axis is the tangent at the origin, and it is not a double point because there are no two tangents here. Only one tangent is there, not two tangents. See the previous problem, compare that one. We have y square is equal to 0. Therefore, two tangents which are coincident. But here only x is 0, only one tangent, that is y axis, and important thing is there is origin is not a multiple point. Third one. What is the third one? Intersection. Intersection with the axis. For that, Substitute y is 0 in the equation. Put y is 0, you get x is 0. Y is 0, we get x into x minus a whole square is 0. Therefore x is 0, x is a. So the point of intersection of the curve and the coordinate axes are 0, 0 and a 0 are the points of intersection of the curve and x axis. It intersects x axis at a 0 and 0, 0. Doesn't intersect y axis. Y axis at only origin. So these are the points of intersection. Now in this case, see, this is the point a0. We shift the origin to a0. Shift the origin to a0. You have studied shifting of origin. We shift the origin to new point, this point hk. If we shift the origin to hk and take capital XY are the coordinates of the point with reference to new axis, then what is the relation between xy and small xy? The relation is small x is equal to capital X plus h, small y is equal to y plus k. You go through this one, that is a separate topic. It is shifting of origin. If you have not studied in the earlier classes, you go through that one. That is shifting of origin. If we shift the origin to some other point, how do you shift the origin to some other point? You take any point hk, draw parallel lines through hk, parallel to x axis, y axis, and that can be taken as a coordinate axis, and new origin will be hk. And equation of this given equation reduces to a new equation with origin as hk. For that you have to substitute this. X is x plus h, y is y plus k. Therefore substitute x is equal to capital X plus a and y is equal, small y is y plus capital Y plus 0. So we get a into y square is capital X into, or capital X plus a into capital X plus a minus a whole square, or x square into x plus a. X square into x plus a. This is, what is this? It is the equation of this with reference to new axis. This is 2. New axis. Now at this new axis, so I explain this. Origin is shifted to a0. This is the point a0. Origin is shifted to this point. So we draw the coordinate parallel line at this. This is the origin now, a0. Now with respect to this as the origin, equation is ay square is x square into x plus a. Now we find the tangent at this point. How to find the tangent at this point? Tangent is obtained by, how to obtain the tangent? By equating lowest degree term in the equation, lowest degree term in xy. Now tangents at new origin. Tangents at new origin are, how to get? Lowest degree term is ay square and ax square, because x cube, 3 terms are there, ay square, x cube, ax square. So a into y square minus x square is equal to 0, a common. So y square is equal to x square, y is equal to plus or minus x. Now at this new origin, what are the tangents to the curve? 2 tangents are there, y is equal to plus x. What do you mean by y is equal to plus x? New coordinates are x and y for the given equation. Y is equal to plus x means a line passing through origin making 45 degree. Y is equal to x. Y is equal to minus x is this one. Y is equal to minus x. These are the 2 tangents to the curve, and they are real and distinct. Therefore, the a0, that is the new origin, is a node. It is a node. This is also the important thing here. We have shifted the origin to the new point A0, and at A0 equation of the curve becomes that one in capital XY, and tangents at the new origin A0 are these two, y is equal to x, y is equal to minus x. Since they are real and distinct, the new origin A0 is a node. Now asymptotes. How do you obtain the asymptote? By equating coefficients of highest degree term in xy to 0, since no parallel asymptotes, therefore coefficients of highest degree term in x and y are, if they are linear factors, then we will have a parallel asymptotes, but in this case there are no asymptotes. Now solving the equation, we find out the reason finally. To find the reason, we solve the equation y is equal to plus or minus root x by a into x minus a. This is the, by solving we get this one. What is the equation? Yes, ay square is x into x minus a whole square. So y is plus or minus x by a root x minus a. Now again, when x less than 0, y becomes imaginary. That means this is y axis. X less than 0 means left of y axis. To the left of y axis, no portion of the curve lies. Curve therefore entirely lies to the right of this y axis, right side of the y axis. And also when x equal to a, y becomes 0, and x increases, y also increases. So the curve passed through this point A, and these two are the tangents. And in this region curve lies here, passes through A0. After A0, that is x is greater than A, and tends to infinity, y also tends to infinity. Now using this, I draw the curve like this. See, the curve is like this, because see here, it is a node, therefore the curve is like this. It is a tangent, curve is like this. This is the shape of the curve. Say it is a node, therefore it is like this. When x tends to infinity, y also increases. Y tends to infinity. Now it is symmetric, therefore it is one branch, and this is the another branch. This is the shape of the curve. Now this is the procedure to trace the curve. I think the two problems solutions are clear. And go through the video again, and I am repeatedly telling you, if you have any difficulties, you can always ask. You can ask at any time. I think these two problems, you go through again, they are very important problems. I consider some more examples later. Some more examples on this one, standard curves, and yes, I solve some more examples, and then I go to parametric curves and polar curves. And because of this lack of time, I give lot of problems as exercise. You go through that one. And also I explain what are the objective questions that can be asked from these topics. Okay, thank you.